while we were there with the TV things. And now that Jennifer's here, we can find out what we're doing.
Yeah.
And where we stand.
Okay, I had a meeting with the mayor yesterday, and we did have a preliminary plan. He really, before I showed the group the plan, he wants to get your ideas. Okay, also got Mr. Boone was there as well as Mr. Mueller, and they made some comments. And Mr. Boone wanted to express his desire, sincere interest to have in the border a green grass area.
Such as it is along Magnolia now, or something.
At least, and then he wants some other plantings like azaleas, like there were before, along the edges. Something that's evergreen. If we went with something that was not native, he at least wants it, or if we went with something native, then at least have it evergreen and that blooms at a certain time of the year.
Just about every plant blooms just about. It's a question of how showy the blossoms are, of course. But anyway, okay. And now is he thinking a continuous border of plants?
No, they really just want something that you can still see inside the park.
So it would have to be something very low.
Something,
not like the big southern Indian azaleas that we had before then, because you can't see over them at all.
Well, he specifically mentioned the Pride of Mobile.
It gets awfully big. I don't think that'll accomplish what
well, they said maybe, some of those, and then something else in some low areas where you can see through the park. They also expressed the interest to go ahead and weed eat the areas that we talked about earlier. Go ahead and weed eat.
But at a fairly high level, so you're just taking off the flower stalks?
Yeah. What level do you suggest? Because I can get that done. No problem.
Weed eating where?
Inside the park, like the perimeter, maybe 100
seed
feet.
populations. I'm confused why we don't have a plan in front of us to take a look at.
They looked at the plan.
They didn't like the plan you got, was what you're saying.
Yeah, if we can get a list of evergreen plants that everybody's comfortable with, one part of that plan was doing something around the perimeter and the border, and that's what they asked for. I mean, maybe I can get y'all's ideas on that. And then the low-growing trees that the mayor asked about.
And we really haven't accomplished what Jennifer needed, which was to suggest species, but I think we've agreed that we need to know more or think more about it or be more comfortable with it before we can really do that. And that's something on paper,
right.
Even if only to get to do what they did, to say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, would give us something to work with. So,
My council, in effect, hired at no cost a landscape architect to work with us, and then we are here to meet with a landscape architect, but he was told not to come.
He was told not to come?
well, his plan was rejected.
His plan was apparently rejected, but council has not seen his plan.
We wait until the council appoints the rest of the committee, and then we need to find out whether we can call, whether Peg can call our committee meeting, or the environmental committee, or the council.
Excuse me,
and
I'm
then,
sorry.
And then we need to come, Bobby, this is a little jump in your.
I have to go take this.
This is jumping your plan, but we need to come with showy evergreen plants suggestions.
Show and tell.
And understory trees.
All right, can you hear me?
But I think that the thing about,
Well, we're talking about the
No, I'm just repeating what the mayor wants.
Yeah, the mayor asked for understory trees, and
we've
we've got blueberries and sparkleberries, that's pretty good.
That's not our task.
We've got to
That's
get
not
this.
what we were asked to do.
We've got to get this, a perimeter